Hi guys and welcome back to the channel. In today's video I'm going to be reviewing a new snow foam lance I've just purchased. The new one is manufactured by Autoglim, but before I talk about that I want to show you my existing Cooltech lance and why I've decided to purchase a new one. Then we're going to run a test head to head to see which one performs better.
Let's first start by unboxing the Autoglim Polar Blaster. There are circular plastic sticky tabs on the top and bottom securing the sleeve onto the cardboard box. It's nicely packaged with a black decorative sleeve over a white cardboard box. You can see that Autoglim is a British royal warrant holder by appointment of His Majesty the King, which means Autoglim can advertise on their products that they supply the royal family. Once the sleeve is removed, the box lid opens to reveal the semi-transparent bottle and a plastic bag containing the lance nozzle and a Karcher pressure washer adapter. The bottle has measurements either side of the Autoglim logo, one side in fluid ounces and the other side in millilitres. The back of the bottle provides dilution rates for the three Autoglim products that can be used with this lance: Polar Blast, Polar Wash and Polar Seal. Inside the plastic bag is a rubber pipe, the nozzle and Karcher adapter. These all feel like quality parts. The Karcher adapter has a spring-loaded release latch for connecting to the nozzle. The nozzle has a flow rate valve on the top and the end of the nozzle twists 90 degrees lock to lock for adjusting the spray pattern of the snow foam. The rubber pipe simply pushes onto the brass hose tail barb connector under the lid. The lid then secures onto the bottle with a half turn to lock. As you can see, the bottle is nozzle end heavy and doesn't stand upright empty on its own without the Karcher adapter fitted on the other end. This side of the bottle reads up to 28 fluid ounces in 4-ounce increments with 2-ounce sub-markings in between. The other side lists milliliter values up to 800 millilitres in 100 ml increments with 50 ml sub-markings in between. The quality looks good and feels robust. The Karcher adapter looks good, with a ball-bearing spring-loaded circular release latch. However, it doesn't appear to connect to the lance one-handed. That is, at least when the bottle is empty. When using two hands, the latch doesn't push fit onto the lance. You have to pull back the latch before it will connect. It may also be because this adapter is new that the spring-loaded latch is sticking a little. It only takes a little effort to push the latch back into its locked position once connected to the lance. Once locked, it feels secure and should prevent water leaks. Here you can see the fan blades moving in and out that adjust the spray pattern. One thing that has always annoyed me with my Cooltech lance is that the bottle sits to the side, as you can see here. Yes, I could unscrew it and apply some PTFE to pad out the connector and get it to line up without leaking, but you shouldn't have to do this. A nice feature I've just realised before even using this Autoglim lance is that it swivels, so the bottle will always hang down irrelevant of which angle you use the lance. I can even demonstrate this before using it with a lightweight empty bottle. 1 point to Autoglim. I'm using Built Hamber touchless snow foam for this test, which recommends the correct amount of product is measured based on the panel impact ratio, or PIR. To ensure a fair test between these two lances, I'm first going to calculate the PIR ratio for each lance. Calculating the PIR ratio is actually easier than it sounds. First, fill up the lance bottle with water. This Cooltech lance from Amazon holds 1 litre. The amount of liquid your snow foam lance bottle holds is irrelevant for the PIR calculation, but for this calculation to work, you always need to fill it up to the same level. The Cooltech lance takes 2.5 full turns to lock the nozzle onto the bottle. Next, ensure your snow foam lance is set to the maximum pickup from the bottle, then spray into a bucket until you've emptied the snow foam lance bottle. This Cooltech lance pulls quickly from the bottle. The size of the bottle only becomes important based on the size of your car. If the bottle is too small, you'll need to fill it up more than once to coat the entire car. If it is too big, you'll have excess mixed product left over, although this can always be kept in the bottle for the next time you wash your car. Next, you measure how much water was dispensed. As you can just about see from these markings, it dispensed 8.5 litres in total. I'll show the workings on a calculator to make this easier to visualise. 8.5 litres of water. I'm multiplying it by 1000 to get it in millilitres, which equates to 8,500. Now I need to multiply it by the PIR concentration I want. For this example, I'm using 4%, so I enter 0.04. If I wanted a weaker 3% PIR, I'd enter 0.03, and so on. 8,500 multiplied by 0.04 equals 340. So that's 340 millilitres of snow foam that I need to add to my Cooltech lance bottle, then top up the remaining amount with water. Next, I'll measure the Autoglim snow foam lance. The max marking on the side is 800 millilitres, so I'll use that as my fill level. The Autoglim snow foam lance lid is half a turn to lock the nozzle onto the bottle, and compared to the Cooltech is less prone to cross-threading. I can already tell that this snow foam lance isn't going to use as much product. I might run out of room in this bucket. If this happens to you, simply stop, measure out how much you've dispensed, then continue until you've emptied the snow foam lance bottle. I think I can squeeze this last bit out of the bottle into the bucket, minus the little amount that splashed onto the floor. The Autoglim lance dispensed 10 litres of water. 10 multiplied by 1000 is 10,000. 10,000 multiplied by 0.04 equals 400. So that's 400 millilitres of snow foam that I need to add to the Autoglim lance bottle, then top up the remaining amount with water. Now let's fill up the lances with snow foam. Another annoying feature of the Cooltech lance is the thin bottle neck. You have to use a funnel to fill it up unless you want to spill it all over the floor. The Cooltech lance needed 340 millilitres of snow foam. And now the Autoglim. With a wide neck, this is much easier to fill. Another point to Autoglim. The Autoglim lance needed 400 millilitres of product. Now I need to top them both up with water. Excuse the old garden trigger, I think it's fair to say the sealer's gone because more water comes out of the handle than it does out of the nozzle. Filling it up, even though I'm not squirting it under force, you can see how it is already starting to foam in the bottle. Autoglim again is easier to fill with the wide bottleneck. Remember to give the bottle a shake once the lid is on to mix the snow foam and water together. When I shake the Autoglim Lance, it has a little pressure relief hole in the lid, which is why some of the bubbles coated the lid after shaking it. Although I don't like this feature, I think it is necessary to prevent the Lance bottle from creating a vacuum as product is sucked up and dispensed. I imagine this ensures consistent performance irrelevant of how much product is left in the Lance bottle. First, let's test with the Cooltech Snow Foam Lance. It's putting an opaque covering over the car, but you can see it is running down and off the car quickly. Let's see how the Autoglim Snow Foam Lance compares. Wow, that's thick, and look how it's sticking to the car. That is an amazing difference considering it is the same snow foam product and calculated PIR ratio. In the close-up here, you can see how much thicker it is. I'm going to coat the rest of the car now to see how much snow foam is used to cover the whole car. Based on how thick this foam is with the Lance still set on full pickup from the bottle, I could fine tune the pickup or experiment with less snow foam product in the bottle. You can see here the difference in adhesion to the paint while it dwells. The thicker foam means it has longer to work on the dirt before it runs off. I'm going over the area I covered with the Cooltech Lance so I can measure how much was used in the Autoglim bottle to cover the entire car. Minor critique with the Autoglim Lance bottle is that it doesn't stand up easily on its own. However, the quick release connector easily resolves that. You can see here that the Cooltech Lance used nearly a third just to cover the rear quarter and part of the roof. Using this in the past, I can just finish covering the whole car by the time the bottle runs out, but you almost have to rush to do it. Adjusting the pickup valve just makes it too runny and even less of a foam. With the Autoglim Lance, I have about 200ml left, of which 100 is snow foam product. So although this took 400ml of product compared to Cooltech with 340ml, the Autoglim Lance has used 40ml less and produced a much better foam. Now I will pressure wash the car to see how well the Bilt Hamber snow foam has worked on removing the surface dirt that was on the car. To conclude this review, The Cooltech Lance at around £19 is a good entry point if you want to add snow foam to your car wash routine. The Autoglym Polar Blaster is about twice the price, although in the past year it has been in the sale for as low as £33. Although the Autoglym is a little more expensive, you use less snow foam product and it creates a better quality foam. In the long run, it will work out cheaper once you factor in your consumables. The design of the Autoglym Lance is also better than the Cooltech in most areas. The Cooltech Lance has a lot of generic parts that presumably keep production costs down, whereas the Autoglym Lance has tailored and more thought out parts which on their own only make minor improvements but altogether make a good quality product. As for other competitors on the market, there is the MJJC Snow Foam Lance which detailers recommend. However, these usually retail for £60 and I would need to compare it to the Autoglym Lance to see if it is worth the extra money, as these two products look more similar in design. I cannot think of any drawbacks to the Autoglym design. Maybe a one-way check valve to sort the pressure relief valve so it doesn't drip out of the lid, a flatter bottle base to help it stand upright. These are all minor improvements that don't detract from how good this product is. And from what I've tested and seen today, I'd recommend this Autoglym Polar Blaster both on quality and value for money. As you can see, it has done a very good job removing most of the dirt, which means when I start the contact wash, there is a greatly reduced risk of putting swirls into the paintwork. I'm not going to show the rest of the wash process on this video, but I will show you the end result now the car has been cleaned.
Well guys, that's it for this video. I hope you found it useful. If you did, please don't forget to like and subscribe. It'll really help me to make more videos like this in the future. Thanks for watching and I'll see you on the next video.